discretion is advised. Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. Loveline, coast to coast.
All right. Hey. It's Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That's Dr. Drew. I'm not plugged in where I'm normally plugged in, am I?
No, and it sounds different. So do I sound different.
No, I like to lie down when I do the show, Drew. And you know I can't get in a fully reclined position with that 4 foot of mic cord
you could
here.
use this. You could use this one because I don't mind sitting down.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
And go. Yeah.
This is bad news.
Yeah. All right, hey, everybody, it's Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. It's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Tonight, what did I say? Dr. Drew is a board-certified physician and addiction medicine specialist.
Yeah, you said that.
Thank you.
Who's better mind?
Tonight, we got the band Something Corporate, new band in here from Orange County. Andrew, Brian, and William are in the studio, and then we're going to rotate. Who are we going to rotate?
Leave a Clutch.
Clutch? Oh, man, what a name. That is a great name. That's what I used to call myself in high school. Clutch Carolla. Yeah, on the baseball team. And then
your dog Paddlefoot?
I made everyone call me Clutch, too, because it sounded cool, like I was going to get a hit in a real, tough situation, but it never really happened. But when you're named Clutch, people think you did it once, even if they never saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something Corporate is, you guys don't even have a CD out, do you?
It's actually an EP. It's
right.
a 6-song, but yeah, we don't have a full-length album out yet.
It's coming out soon.
But they got so much... Wait, why does my mic sound so crappy?
I told you this one's better.
Oh, okay.
No.
You ready?
No.
Here we go.
Oh, come on.
And go. All right.
See now.
Something Corporate got...
it's just your crappy voice, it sounds
Is that
like.
what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I sound real nasally on that one and this one.
Explains that.
Anderson, get the nasal sound out of these mics, would you, buddy? There's got to be some defect in them. Something Corporate is a band that we've been playing here in Los Angeles on K-Rock just a ton, and they've created quite a stir. So we decided to get them on the show. Get them while they're young, so they can kiss a little ass.
Very young.
And then hopefully they won't forget about us when they really break huge.
We're totally excited to be here.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think we all grew up listening to this show. We've been listening to every single day of our lives.
To sexual activity.
Well,
Adam, please.
Average
his only insight.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm gonna bet that the average age of the band is about the same as the average number of years Dr. Drew has been doing Loveline.
I bet I've been doing it longer.
How long have you been doing it?
20 years.
You got it.
That's probably average, yeah.
That's the average age.
So you guys
we're real authorities on sex over here.
Oh, yeah.
Love is our thing.
You guys have been fans since you were none years old. Really 20 years you've been on this show?
These are my zygote fans.
Yes. Wow.
This is it.
Now, a lot of our audience thinks that means Jewish. Explain what that means, Drew. But seriously, Drew, 20 years on this crappy show?
19.
19, all right. And the average band age, about 20?
About 20. Roughly.
Wow. Must be nice.
It's real nice.
Drew, what were you doing when you were 20?
I was freezing my ass off in New England.
Yeah, contemplating suicide.
Most of the time.
Clinging to some relationship that would never be. Yeah.
I think if I were in a band.
I wouldn't take that.
It doesn't work. Trust me. Girls don't like us.
Well, I will. Oh, they will. They will, especially after I'm done with you guys tonight.
Beautiful.
We will.
That's the kind of support we need. Yeah, exactly.
We're going to hear something from Something Corporate in a couple of few. Ann is working on that, and then I'm going to give you guys some dates, and you guys are going to be doing the Warp Tour, which, when's that starting, like June?
It's like June 20th, I think is the date, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think I talked to Dickie from the Boss Tones the other day.
They'll be on it.
And they're doing it.
They're going out, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Those are very good guys to hang with. So I'll introduce
we hear
you guys.
It's a complete punk rock summer camp. It's rock and roll summer camp. That's what we keep hearing. It's just a blast. It's a barbecue every day.
I'm wondering, and I'm wondering if it's if there's sort of hazing that goes on with the freshman class.
Just think about
if there is, I think that we're going to take it pretty hard. We'll definitely take it there.
This is going to be their first encounter with Fletch.
Pray Pennywise is not on this tour.
They are. They definitely are.
Here's my advice. Wrap yourself, get 2 cot mattresses, sandwich yourself in between them, and then have someone wrap you in duct tape.
That's how we'll move about the premises?
That's how you move about. And then if you could put some sort of camouflage, like a speaker grill on the front of it, so they just think you're an amp. That would be the way to go, because once he...
Have our cots waiting when we get off stage.
Once he sets his sights on the young band joining the tour, you guys will be going to Poo Poo City very, very soon.
Oh, no.
Brian?
Yeah?
Brian's 14.
You're 14?
Yeah.
What's up?
Hey, I want to know if jacking off causes pimples.
Not unless it hits you. That's what happened to me once.
Even that.
Big, huge third eye, right where it got me.
No, that's just God reminding you.
It's my fault for trying to look down the barrel. It's a huge mistake.
Nothing.
Is anything coming out? Oh!
Brian, no, it doesn't do anything like that. Nope.
Okay.
If you have acne, get that treated. That should be completely treatable these days.
All right there, man. Hey, Drew.
Hey, Adam.
Hey, I got a question
buddy.
for you. Hey, I'm glad you brought that up. The whole zit thing is pretty much just hereditary. I mean,
hereditary plus hormones plus that's about it. Hygiene.
Right. But we grew up people talking about chocolate or sex or masturbation or greasy food or you ate those French fries.
Really, no evidence of that.
There's really nothing. Yeah. You either get them or you don't.
That's right.
And
what if you're like allergic to a type of food or something like that? Can it cause?
It's not an allergy. It's a overgrowth of a bacteria in the pore called Propionibacterium acnes.
Really?
And that you can get it treated. They can change the way the follicle functions with things like Accutane and whatnot. And there's antibiotics that can kill the bacteria, and there's all these creams you can use now. I mean, the thing is just curable now.
All right, so if you got it, get help.
Lucky teenagers.
Yeah. Daniel? Oh, I know. Oh,
jeez.
Oh, it was so
Bill had a nightmare child.
I know.
I'm just
thinking back.
Did you have zits in high school, well, you're still in high school.
No, that's me.
I'm still a carrier of a couple.
I just had the worst zit I think in my entire life. Just getting over it. No, 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago it was so bad.
We're proud.
It was horrendous.
It was.
Adam was interested in whether it produced.
Yeah, did you
Apparently, I didn't see it the night of, but it had 3 whiteheads on it.
Yeah. Oh, no,
wow.
It was so scary.
It was something else.
I don't get zits very often. I just got this one that was just like gnarly in the middle of my face, and it was crazy.
You know, it's great. It's great when that zit pops up every once in a while, where you can really have at it, and the world doesn't need to know about it.
Like on your eyebrow.
You wake up and you got that one. No, it's like on your hip or something. And you go, all right, I'm going down the garage to get the vice grips. Bob,
jeez.
You take that barbecue skewer, start putting it over the stove, start heating it up. We're going to town. Because, there's nothing worse than that big one on your face. You can sort of monkey with it, but you're scared to really freak on it.
Yeah, I didn't want to touch that. I was just going to hibernate for a couple weeks and try to stay out of public view, but it didn't happen.
Yeah.
I actually went out one night with it. It was...
And there's 2 approaches. There's the one where you try to sort of hide it a little and not discuss it, and then there's the one where you just come out and say it.
There was no.
You talk about it as much as you possibly.
There was no hiding it. There was no hiding it.
Everybody touring doing pretty good for it. I think.
Yeah, no, it was well.
He was growing. The twin that he was born with was finally giving.
Oh, he was growing like Rosie Greer's head.
I think it actually had a face on it.
No, it might have.
Daniel?
Yeah.
You're 12.
Yeah.
Oh, man, what's up?
Hey, okay. I gotta say this softly. First of all, thank you for letting me on.
All right.
Okay. My cousin, she's 13, and she's like, I think she's being, like, touched by her boyfriend. I think she might be pregnant. And, I mean, she's told me that, like, a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And I think she might be pregnant, and I don't know what to do. Like,
why do you think she's pregnant?
Because she said she gives her boyfriend BJ's and she's had sex. And
yeah, but that doesn't. If she's...
Well, let's go ahead and eliminate the BJ right now as it pertains to pregnancy. I know you haven't taken biology yet at 12, but that they'll cover that, God willing. So
how old is she?
She's 13.
13. If she's having sex, you know she's having sex.
I know.
Is she missing her periods?
I don't know. I don't know that.
How dare you? He doesn't pry. He doesn't ask inappropriate questions like that.
No, I mean, she tells me stuff.
Okay.
And it really bugs me, and I mean...
All right, hold on. How much of your cousin do you see?
Oh, God, no. Not
No. How often do you see her? No concrete thinking. Recreation.
Little Loveline recreation.
So, how much of your cousin do you see?
Oh, dear Lord. No. Oh, no.
Not that.
I hasten to even think of something.
It's not funny.
Okay, no. Oh, wait a minute. Where is he?
One.
Daniel?
Yeah.
So you're banging your cousin?
No.
I mean, how often do you see her?
Like maybe once every other week.
So
Can you stretch that out a little bit? She's dumping some stuff on you that's not your business.
Yeah, why are you so involved in her life?
Because her parents are they're like normal people, like normal parents, right? So they worry about her, and they keep asking me stuff like, has Emily told you anything? And all that kind of stuff.
Well, if you want to help your cousin...
What's her parents being normal have to do with...
I don't know. That they don't have any insight into what she's doing, I guess.
I see. Okay.
But I think you need to tell some parents. Maybe your parents.
Okay, but then she'd kill me.
She's going to kill you for using her name on the air already. So
what are you going to do, Daniel? How are you going to help her? You can't.
Well, first of all, Daniel's not my name, just saying.
Right, you can't.
I know, but Emily's her name. That was my point. No one knows you. Everyone knows her.
Damn it.
Yeah, all right, bud. Hold on. Should we send this guy to junior college right now? Is there an early entrance program or? No.
Wait, how does he know she's telling the truth?
He's 12. Why would she brag about it? Daniel, you don't have a crush on her or anything, though, do you?
Hell no.
Okay. Here, hold on a second. I wonder. I worry that I don't know if this is bogus. It could possibly be bogus. It probably isn't. But he's so interested.
He's 12, though. He's just completely overwhelmed and flipped out.
Yeah.
She's talking about sex, and his hormones got to start kicking in.
And he doesn't really get. He's like, she's going to get pregnant. She's giving him BJ. She's going to get pregnant. She's going to get pregnant.
She's giving him BJs. They're doing anal. She's going to get pregnant.
It's an unbelievable story.
Has she missed her period? Oh my God, not that. Why would I?
We don't talk about periods.
All right. Hey, Daniel?
Yeah?
Okay, you need to not freak out about this because you're young and you need to be worried about, the Pokemon and the Hot Wheels and Speed Racer. Yeah, that's all the stuff. I know what you kids are into. Drew and I have to take weekly classes about what kids are into, right? Snowboarding. There's this thing called snowboarding. The board that they do on snow, apparently.
Pipe or something?
Yeah, they smoke a half pipe or a peace pipe. I don't know. I haven't checked this. I didn't get the notes from last class, but we're very hip on there. There's the Blink 185, I believe, is one of the groups that the kids listen to. Blink 82.
Call 911.
All right,
what?
Daniel.
What?
Daniel, listen. Don't freak out. I'm
just worried.
I understand. Well,
you can't change what she's up to. I'm worried, too, if that's the kind of stuff she's actually getting into. But if you want to change things for her, it's going to require some parenting intervention.
And you can tell her to go to Planned Parenthood, too.
To get her birth control right.
To get her checkups.
But he's right. To the fact that she's getting into this at 13 is a bad sign.
I understand, but he's 12. Just send her toward Planned Parenthood, and then you get back with they have that Xbox that the kids like to play with the
Is that what we have?
No, we have
Jeremy McHawk, or there's a guy who skateboards.
Tony McGrath.
Tony McGrath.
Tony Hawk's
Jeremy.
Your age.
Jeremy McHawk. Jeremy Hawk. No. Jeremy McGrath. He rides the scooter, and Tony Hawk, he's the skateboarder.
I see.
It's all part of the extreme games they have with the kids, and they smoke the half pipes. That's right. All right, Michael.
Yeah.
You're 16.
Yeah.
What's up?
Well, when I go to the bathroom, if I go stand in front of a urinal, I can't really pee. I sit there for 5 minutes and nothing happens. But if I go in front of it, I'd end up going to the stall just to end up peeing.
Been there, dude.
Yeah, it's stage fright. I used to happen to me all the time.
Oh man, I think it still does.
Pee shy?
A lot of guys have that. A lot of guys.
Wouldn't worry about it.
Is there nothing I can do about that, though? Because, it sucks. Sometimes you go in the bathroom and you try and stand there, people stare at you, and you have to walk in the stall, and they're like, what the hell?
You just got to get psyched up.
Just go right to the stall. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah, but don't you always feel like a puss going in the stall and standing up when there's an open urinal?
And everybody's looking at you going, why is that guy not going
there?
Who really gives an ass?
I know. It's not like you got to hang with these guys.
Too.
What's that?
You forget and you go straight to the stall?
No.
You go straight to the urinal and then end up going to the stall afterwards.
No,
you don't
remember, man.
So just whistle. Just whistle.
Whistle, have a shot.
Oh, look,
No, you're too young.
That's ridiculous. He doesn't forget. You don't forget that stuff.
Yeah,
He's full of crap.
She's always somewhere in Carolla, where was I? I guess like Sacramento Airport or something, and urinals were side by side. Those old big porcelain ones. So close they were touching.
Drew,
8 minutes.
Punch the mic 14 minutes into the show. A new record, Drew. Always within 10 minutes.
Wow. Made it 14 minutes.
Really
the
stretching it out.
troughs are what freak me out.
Yeah, I'm not big on trough peeing at all.
Like Dodger games and whatnot.
No, especially
not legit.
Especially when you feel the mist coming off the bath.
The worst,
Yeah,
are the troughs that go all the way to the floor, and so there's just like an inch between your feet. And I wear like flip flops.
Yeah, we're all big on
through elementary.
And it's you're standing there and you feel like
there's like a little cut in the ground.
Yeah,
and you're supposed to.
And what if the guy next to you is not being so conservative about
that's an intimidating thing, man.
No, it is true. Yeah, some actually, it's like some sort of Roman crap house or something.
It's a wall. You're peeing against a wall.
You're peeing into a gutter system.
A wall, yeah.
Right. You know, it was really funny.
If you did that to a woman, seriously, even if she could pee standing up, it would be a federal case.
Well, hold on. Let me say something to all you broads that are constantly complaining about the long lines. The reason there's a long line is because you guys get your dignity.
Yeah.
If they put 35 of you in a circle ass to ass and you cramped in the same hole, believe me, the line would be shorter. But
don't they get couches?
they get so busy. You ever somehow wander into the women's room and see what goes on in there?
The other day before a show, we went into the women's bathroom just so we could hang out.
Just to hang out because they didn't have. It was like a green room.
There's couch. There's always a couch in there.
There are like Cleopatra sofas in there and stuff.
I think you go to a ball game and they get a couch still.
You know what it is too with women.
What do they do with the couch?
I don't know. Well, they hang out. It's where the other four sit when the one goes to the bathroom. I think.
Women also do this too. If they waited in line for like half an hour and they get in there, they're like, F those bitches. I ain't going anywhere. I'm sitting down on the sofa. I'm going to blow a butt. I'm going to relax. Check my mascara. Let them explode out in the lobby. I don't care. But look, awesome. we have 25 guys with our arms hooked together, whizzing into the same trough. That's why there's no line.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the difference. Yeah. It's the difference between, going to McDonald's and going to a nice restaurant. They can move people through, and that's what we get. And if you guys are willing to put up with that, I'm talking about women, if you're willing to check your dignity at the door, then you guys won't have the line either.
So as you say, 35 ass to ass into the same hole.
I wonder what happens to our friend Michael when he hits the trough action.
His penis must go into him like a turtle's head.
Michael, don't go to the trough quite yet. You need to get the urinal wired. You need to get the urinal wired.
I had something funny happen to me at the Super Bowl. Did I tell you this, Drew?
No.
Okay, I went to the Super Bowl. I was at the Louisiana Superdome, and I'd never been in there before, and I walked into the bathroom for the first time. I had a couple beers in me, and there was no one else in the bathroom because I scooted out like during the first quarter or something. Everyone was in there watching the game, and there was one guy in there, and right as you walk in, there's a big circular trough, but it's off the ground, but it's round. It's about 5-6 feet in diameter.
For washing your hands.
I didn't know that.
Oh, no.
I didn't know that.
Oh, my God.
And there it was, and it had the constant spray of water coming off. And I walk in. No, it wasn't me, but believe me, I'll tell you if it was. I walk in, and there's a guy with his pants down, and he's just leaking away. And I come walking in, and I thought, I never been to this stadium before. I guess it's a little different than the Coliseum was back then.
European guy.
And this guy's whizzing in this thing, and I think, that's interesting. And then I thought, well, it seems like a bad design in that there's a guy facing you. I mean, the thing's round. There could be another guy in front of you peeing at you. And I thought, well, that's strange. And I went to the trough, and I took a leak. Not his trough. I went to the one against the wall. I thought, I don't want to square off with the guy and pee on him. I take a leak, and then I zip my pants up, and I turn around, and there's a guy washing his face in there. And but my first impulse is, why is this guy washing his face in the toilet? And you know me, Drew. I'm a sink peer. Anyway.
I think you would have done it.
Yeah, so I think this guy just took a whiz in the trough, the sink, and he got away. I think he got away with it. No, he was very brazen about it. He wasn't looking over his shoulder. He didn't know. All right. Drew?
Yes.
Should we hear a song from Something Corporate?
Sure.
Yeah? You
No.
Ready there, Anderson?
No, go to break.
Oh, why not?
It's really late now. Let's go to break.
Well, it's a 3-minute song, right?
Well, look, we get back, we have a question about the song,
All
and
right.
then we'll play the song.
It's a 2-minute, 45-second song.
4 minutes.
All right, jackass. We'll take a little break. Something Corporate is our guest tonight. We'll be right back with more whiz talk after this. Hey, everybody. It's the Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That's Dr. Drew over there. Phone number, 1-800-LOVE-191. Dr. Drew's ready to go. Something Corporate. Something Corporate is the name of our band that is in here tonight. They're new guys. They're good guys. They're from Orange County.
Thank you.
They've been creating quite a stir here at K-Rock, the mother station. And I imagine anything K-Rock plays gets played around the country, but I'm not sure if that's how it's working or not. I would assume it is.
It's going pretty well, yeah.
More or less that way, yeah.
Yeah, that's good. This is sort of K-Rock, sort of the launching pad. Not for Drew's career. He's been
Well, I'm already start at the top.
he's been languishing here for 20 years. He's not going anywhere. But if you're a band, oh yeah, it's a slingshot to the top. Not if you're an on-air personality. If you want to call Drew a personality. So, no, you kids.
This is him in his nice mode.
You guys grew up idolizing him, right?
Yeah. We've got nothing but respect for you.
But it's kind of disappointing,
we have a special place in our heart for the both of you, actually.
All right.
Yeah. Very special. Legends.
I'll tell you what let's do. Let's take a call, then let's hear the song, and then we'll take the
We're
song.
gonna make a question about this.
No.
All right, then do that.
No, I'd say we do it in reverse order.
Okay.
Why, maybe some people haven't heard the song, right?
Yeah.
You're 31?
Yes, I am.
You have a comment?
I have a funny question. Well, not a funny question, but a funny story for you.
All right.
I live in Fresno. Me and my cousin, female, went to a Fresno State game here in Fresno.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how you guys were talking about women always waiting in line?
Mm-hmm.
Well, anyway, she went into a stall. Even before getting into the stall, stepped on crap. Slipped, got crap from her bottom of her feet, all the side of her leg. Now that's how disgusting women are.
Oh, so someone just peeled one off on the tile?
Right on the tile.
Yeah. Those are those Fresno bitches, though. I mean,
you know what? A guy probably came in there and did that.
Yeah,
without a doubt.
Definitely.
Right, got to be a female because that's disgusting.
No. Females barely. Females crap. Don't they crap pink pellets?
Yeah,
like,
I don't think they go. I don't think they go. I refuse to believe it.
You know those little Easter time peeps?
Yeah. Is that what comes out? Peeps?
Where do you think those come from?
Is that what they are? Wow.
Possible. I mean,
man.
Really?
Like those all years.
Interesting. Well, that's
Clearly, it was a male
that is an insight from a doctor right there too. I think that's
I'm telling you.
very legit.
So that's you take if you work on you take a peep sample from a woman, it would be instead of a stool sample. Interesting.
Oh man, no.
That's my stepdad's favorite candy, all-time favorite candy.
The Peeps?
Yeah, the Peeps. I didn't know anyone else liked them.
Does he know where that is?
I don't know. I guess now he knows.
No.
I'm sure he's listening, and I'm sure he's
going to fill him in now.
But crapping in sort of public places, other than the toilet especially, that's a male move.
Yeah.
Not
absolutely.
Yeah. Not a female move. That's right.
It could have been a monkey.
All right.
Chimpanzee, any other primate, same deal.
We are going to hear something from Something Corporate, who's our guest tonight. And you queued up there, Anderson? Right. This one is called If You See Jordan. Now you know why they're the band of the future. And beyond. I like when people say stuff like that.
That quote's got to be on the front of the CD.
Yeah,
it's really band of the future.
Yeah. And beyond.
And beyond.
Yeah.
You have the dot.
Are you cool with having that?
I'm cool with that.
That's perfect. And beyond.
It doesn't have the same luster without the and beyond.
Yeah, I think definitely. It needs it.
Larissa?
Yeah?
You're 14?
Yeah.
What's up?
Hi, first of all, I'd like to say, William, you are so adorable.
Yeah, Will.
Thanks, Larissa.
You're welcome. Ow! Okay, well, my question is, alright, is there really a Jordan? Was this song based on a person?
The song is, yes, based on a person.
Okay.
With the name Jordan?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about
and the phone from the attorney rings now.
This is another one of those weird band things. Like, well, it's whoever you want it to be.
No, we're not trying to get artsy on you right here. No. The song is actually based around a situation, just one of those really cheesy, cliched high school fights. Meet me in the parking lot type situations.
So that happened with Andrew?
Yeah, that happened with me.
Oh, you were so funny on Kilburn.
Yeah, I was actually a little sick on Kilburn. I had to take a shot.
Good job.
He did awesome. We were really worried about him.
Almost
He pulled through awesome.
If you could notice the vein that was bulging in the side of my neck, that's because I was actually
strung on speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drew, I tell you something in confidence before the show, and you bring it out here on the air.
Open and honest with the show.
Yeah, but no. So the song is actually about a guy who could probably have written the same song about me. Is my guess, and
good way to put it.
And probably in some other fashion has written something of similar regards. Hopefully not,
or at least
hopefully not a letter to our lawyer or anything to that effect. Is my hope.
Okay, thanks.
All right,
thank you, Larissa. Hey, William's available for a date too if you're interested. She's 14, dude. 14. You're in.
Speaking of the lawyers calling.
All right,
take care, Larissa.
Thanks, Larissa. Speaking of PD.
Yeah.
We say thanks.
Oh, we want to give a shout out to Officer. Well, should we say his name?
I suppose not.
We'll just say Neil.
Just do it.
He's not in the studio and he's working.
We have a cop here who is a Culver City PD cop who comes by, fan of the show, friend of the show.
Was on the air.
Was on the air, working graveyard, and he popped your guy's record guy, or your publicist, on his way in, and he told him he was on the way into Loveline, and he pulled him out and beat the crap out of him. No, he let him go. But we want to thank Officer Neil for doing that for the show.
Thanks, Officer Neil.
Yeah. Not that I would have given a flying F if he did get a ticket or not. would have made for a better story, actually. But we do appreciate that, and we're going to the motorcycle race in a few weeks. Right. Me and Officer Neil. So look forward to that. I'll buy the beer. you flash that tin, right? I can go 120 drunk all the way out to the racetrack. Damon?
Yeah.
You're 16?
Yeah.
What's up?
I had a friend asking me about what would happen if you shot lidocaine in your arm, like into your vein.
Mm-hmm. Is that a dentist thing?
It's an anesthetic, but it's also used. It has a very profound effects on your heart.
Lidocaine.
Yeah, I was figuring that it'd like stop your heart and you could die from it.
Yeah, basically. Basically, depends what you did and how much.
Well, what do they use it for?
We use it sometimes for heart rhythm problems and things.
Oh, it's not what a dentist uses?
It's also what the dentist uses locally there.
Yeah, why don't you just agree with me?
I did. I said yes.
Yeah. All right, go ahead.
Well, I've seen them like use it to like for stitches and stuff for numbness. So I figured if you shot it in your vein, it'd flow to your heart and numb your heart.
Well, it doesn't numb your heart exactly, but has some different effects.
Hey, Damon, you pre-med or?
Do what?
Okay, buddy. Look.
To something corporate here in Tulsa, we have a thing called Extreme 10 at 10.
Called what?
Extreme 10 at 10. It's a countdown. For 1 through 10, and they've been like balancing through 10 and 1 for like the last few weeks.
That's great.
Awesome. Yeah, that's really cool.
Thank you for telling us. Thank you.
That's really cool.
What is that?
Don't.
What is that?
Don't do it, Adam.
Do what?
Oh, I see. It's like the Furious 5 at night.
Yeah, it's
wow. Down here in Tulsa, we got ourselves something called Series 10. And you guys, something corporate, have been somewhere between 1 and 10 in Series 10.
Hey, Adam.
This one's the number 1 every night.
Do you think
this is the number 1?
Where was I? I was down in the south somewhere, and people were so pissed off.
You guys will never crack the number 1 slot as long as the banjo hoedown is.
They were so pissed off at the banjo music, and you're giving Southerners grief. The whole South takes issue with that.
Really? Well, kiss my grits, Mel. Woo, doggy. Listen, you guys got to understand, if you're going to talk like that, you're going to be made fun of. We do it with the blacks, but we're scared of them. You got to understand, we'll make fun of anyone that sounds funny unless they're going to kick our ass. You guys, we think we're going to handle you. Not that we're stronger than you, but we can outsmart you. Like we can show you something shiny or something, and you get transfixed on it and then run.
Oh, good. Well, now at least nobody will be offended. Hey, thank you, Adam. Thank you. Thank you for straightening that out. Very nice.
I love
good time.
We love everybody. Some of the corporate loves everyone.
Damon, you're great.
Tanya.
I'm not sure about the blacks.
Tanya, 29. Tanya?
Yes.
Yes, what's going on?
Oh, hi.
Hey.
You guys are bad.
Yeah.
You guys go off on the hillbilly.
Yeah, it's true.
On the hillbilly, it's nice.
We've got nothing to do with this.
Yeah. No, I was wondering about secondary post-traumatic stress disorder. Does that exist?
What do you mean by secondary?
Well, it's just something that ran by me the other day. I was talking to a clinical social worker. I'm a caseworker. I deal with families that abuse their children.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was kind of talking to her because my job is just taking a huge toll on me.
Mm-hmm.
And
secondary meaning her.
You mean are you caring for?
She just mentioned that because.
Well, we call it burnout. Or codependency. I mean, there's all kinds of ways of sort of conceptualizing this. But if you are...
Well, I know that it's like total burnout because I feel like I'm on Jerry Springer every single day. I mean, that lady that called the other night with schizoaffective disorder.
Yeah.
I do a lot with that, and it's starting to affect me. I went from being a very extroverted person.
What is your training? Maybe you haven't had the right training to be able to handle this. No, seriously, what's your training?
Well, I mean, I went to school. My bachelor's was in education.
But you have no professional training
Well, no, we had training, and we had to take all these classes on abuse, and it was.
But you're not a professional in mental health.
True. Why? Why does that
because
matter?
It does. It really it changes.
Does it?
Yeah, it changes the stress level with which you're dealing and coping, what you're expected of yourself, and how to manage these people. It's a different thing.
I mean,
it's a different person.
It's like being. Listen, let's say you're a lay person. You ride along on an ambulance, and all of a sudden everyone can't function on the ambulance. You're now the one at the scene.
Right.
That's what this is like. Mm-hmm. You don't have the training to manage all the stress involved with dealing with these people.
Yeah, it's not quite the same, but okay.
Same idea. And
no, but go ahead.
Well, I'm wondering, it's like...
But here, let me just give you a principle.
Okay.
Like, I work in the addiction field a lot, and we recommend everyone, no matter how high the level of training, have either some therapy of their own or go to Al-Anon. They go to codependency meetings because you have to refuel. These people will burn you out.
They'll suck the life out of you, the sons of bitches.
Yeah, no.
I agree. Listen, I do agree with Drew to some degree. And Tanya, how about a little mercy killing, baby? How about you do a little bit of God's work when you're over there?
I deal with dysfunction a lot.
You act as sort of, you drive like the Darwin van, and you go from place to place and make sure there's no more reproducing when one is way too many.
You guys talk about a lot of issues with, I hear a lot of issues with people calling in, and it's like, I deal with it all the time. It's like birth control. I see these issues all the time, and it's like, why can't these people stop?
All right, but let me, thank you, Tanya. All right, I got to go on a rant here.
Gentlemen, just sit back.
I'm away from the mic.
Shut the mics off.
Step aside.
Here we go.
You guys can leave if you want to. You don't even have to be here.
And they get a little background music, Anderson. Here we go.
Let me say this about this godforsaken country we live in. I got a buddy. He's a lawyer. This guy gets a 502 in his own goddamn driveway, right? Pot it down just a little bit. That's perfect. He gets a 502 in his own goddamn driveway. He had 4 beers in the course of an hour and 15 minutes, and he was a half a point over the legal limit. And now this guy, who's the smartest, hardest working, cleanest, most sober guy I know. He's Jewish, Drew, for Christ's sake. You know what I mean? He's got a family. Non-alcoholic. No Jew alcoholic, right? No. Who's spend all that money on no. No, here's my point. My point is this guy is required to go to classes. He must go to classes and attend Alcoholic Anonymous meetings. We require him to do it. Why? He's not an alcoholic. Sure, he had a couple of beers, no more than any of us on any given night, and he happened to get popped. But we step in as the government, and we say you must go to these classes. Yet, these crazy welfare bitches crank out kid after kid after kid, and when someone says, hey, how about getting them on birth control? Whoa. Who are we?
Well,
who are we to tell them what to do?
You can build anything you want on your property. You can build a kitchen.
No, that's right. That's right.
You can park on your street.
I got to go down and blow the mayor to get a permit to put a addition on top of my garage, and then I realize it can't be done, but you crank out all the kids you want. What do you mean we can't tell people what to do in this country? We tell people what to do every single day, except for the one main issue that would solve most of the problems in this country, which is telling some of these welfare, uneducated, hillbilly, jug-blowing, banjo-picking, just white trash of every color not to crank out any more kids they can use as punching bags and pin cushions. Please, we can't figure this out. The politicians must know this. And why don't they say anything? I'll tell you why they don't say anything, because they're chicken ass. Because anytime we get into the subject of reproduction, everyone backs off and pussies out. Well, it's time it stopped. It's time somebody step up. And when I talk to that crazy Maxine Waters, who runs, what's she do out here in California?
Congresswoman, right?
Congresswoman? This woman is, she's Flip Wilson's Geraldine. Was smarter than Maxine Waters is. This is a crazy old black woman. She's Aunt Esther from Sanford and Son. I talked to her. I talked to Maxine Waters. I asked her about the morning after pill. She never heard of it. I said, why don't you know about this? She said, I don't know. We'll look into it. Some of the data hasn't come back. I said, what are you talking about? It's all finished off. Your constituency of all people should know about this. Why do we continue this? Why? What's that music, Anderson? I don't know, the jag here.
We want the march.
All right. All I'm saying is
John Philip Sousa.
Please, we can tell people anything and everything. Okay.
I beg your pardon.
All right, I'm done with Anderson. I'm disgusted with all of you. All of you. Including Anderson.
The whole country.
Look, these people go to these people's houses. They have 3 kids they're abusing. They're on welfare already. Stick some Norplan in them. That's it. Why? My friend Alex, the lawyer's got to attend mandatory drug classes. He's got to go to Alcoholics Anonymous meetings and attend classes and counseling. He's not an alcoholic. We can force him to do that. Why can't we force these idiots to get on birth control?
Or if they want their welfare check, at least.
I think you need to run for office, Adam.
Thank you.
It's going to happen.
Oh, it's going to happen.
It definitely is.
Well, it's going to be a dictator overthrow, military operation.
All right, we're going to take. You know what? I'm going to start with Cuba. I'm going to get over to Cuba. Castro's got about another 4 years. I'm going to straighten up Cuba, and I'm going to overthrow this country with a Cuban army. Something corporate is here. I'm going to mop my brow, and we'll be right back after this. Hey, everybody. Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That's Dr. Brew over there. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Andrew, Brian, and William are all here from Something Corporate. Fans just settling in. All right, let's see if we can power through some calls there if you're done with your rants, Drew. Joe?
Yeah.
You're 17?
Yeah, I am.
What's up?
All right, I'm pretty pissed off right now, Adam. I just talked to my girlfriend last night. She told me that when Something Corporate was here in town, that she cheated on me with one of those guys.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
What? No.
We don't mess around with that kind of stuff.
Man, I'm pissed. She insisted that you guys had she cheated.
Hey, who was it?
On me. I don't know. I don't know which one of you SOBs.
No. Who was the girl?
My girlfriend?
Yeah.
Where was it?
Where was it? She said she did it at the concert.
No. Where do you? What city?
In Iowa.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, that did happen.
You ever come to Iowa and you're dead? Any of you fools.
Hey, guy.
Dude, wait, are you the guy that called? Are you the guy that called?
It is. It totally is. I recognize your voice.
No.
Hold on. This is a great story, guys.
Yeah.
This is something else. Hold on.
All right, I'm putting him on hold.
Yeah, you're on hold,
okay,
guy.
hang on. This is me.
All right.
This is Bill.
What's the story?
We're in Iowa, right? And first of all, I was.
I gotta say, I'm really glad this guy got through. This is exciting.
This is really great. We've been waiting to talk to this guy for freaking months now. Oh no! First of all, okay, Iowa City is a great city. We didn't expect this, but Iowa City is just a bevy full of beautiful,
lots of hot
college co-ed girls. And,
no, this is great.
We're playing there. And I meet this really cute girl, and we're talking, we hang out, and
your girlfriend's hot, man.
We go to this bar after the show, and we're hanging out at the bar. We had a few drinks, and we kiss at the bar.
Yeah.
And then after the bar, we're hanging out, and we go back to her place,
we're hanging out at her place, and we're sitting in her room. It's like a dorm room type thing, and we're sitting. Dude, we're just sitting in her dorm room, and we're kind of kissing or whatever, but nothing very serious.
Precisely.
Right. And all of a sudden, and she stops kissing, and she's like, I feel kind of guilty. And I said, why? And she's like, well, I'm kind of seeing this guy. And I go, okay, but she keeps on kissing me. And then a second later, she goes, I need to use the restroom. So she gets up and she walks up her door, and I see her door is like catty corner to the bathroom door, and she walks in the bathroom. And all of a sudden, as soon as she walks in the bathroom, the door shuts, and this large profile of this corn-fed Iowa guy comes into the backwards cap, starter jacket, big guy.
Definitely.
The front door. Comes into the door of her bedroom. I'm sitting on her bed, and he looks at me, and I go, hey, what's going on? And he's like, let me do the noise. Made some noise, and he busts into the bathroom after her. I grabbed my shoes, grabbed my jacket, and
grab your pants.
Darted out of the room in the middle of the street at 4:00 in the middle of Iowa City.
That's great.
I was drunk. I didn't know where I was. Luckily, I got a cab and a hot pocket and headed back to the hotel.
A day later, there are phone calls from what I presume is this guy who I do not think is 17 years old.
I've got to tell this guy, listen, buddy, this is not our fault. Talk to your girlfriend.
I didn't
William
know.
had no idea.
Nothing really happened at all. All we did was kiss.
Yeah, is he too volatile to bring back on the phone?
Even if he did know, guy.
Let's talk to the guy. Let's talk to the guy. Joe.
Yeah.
Even if he did know you had a girlfriend, we're males, okay? He is not at fault. I will defend.
I didn't know. All I did was kiss.
Joe,
she said she was seeing somebody.
Your girlfriend is the problem here.
That's no excuse, man. You ever come near my girl again?
Hey, dude, we didn't know she was yours, Joe. Nobody knew.
I didn't know she was yours. Oh, no.
Joe, you got to start a band, brother.
Joe, you pissed me off really bad.
Hey, Adam, I want to say, yo, God.
Thank you, buddy. Hey, Joe, you're my best friend, buddy. Send my props out to you.
Come on.
I'm with Joe. You do not mess with a man's bitch. Especially my man Joe over there. It's very precarious being God to some of the kids.
God.
That was great.
We can never tour in Iowa again. The guy's going to come after me.
Oh, you'll be fine.
He has no right. He has no right.
You'll be fine. Listen, he'll buy it on a motorcycle in the next 6 months or something. Get killed in a hunting accident. You'll be fine. We got to take a quick break. Something Corporate is here. They're after their way across America. So lock up your girls, and we'll be back. Everybody, it's Loveline. We've had a little something corporate changing on the guard. Josh and Clutch are in here now, right?
How you doing?
Hey, dudes.
Wait, which one's Josh?
Right here.
Yeah, and Clutch.
What's up, Clutch?
That is a great name. But I got the Clutch Carolla. I got the alliteration going.
Yeah, you're Clutch tonight.
You got a C in the, or a K in the last name? You got a K in the last name?
No.
What's your last name, Clutch?
Cargo. No, it's just Clutch.
Oh, just Clutch?
Yeah.
Better.
Just like Madonna.
Yeah. Or Cher.
Right. Clutch. That is good. All right, Drew, you ready to go here?
Yeah, I'm afraid this next call is going to offend you, though. I'm scared. Let's go.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I know this guy.
Chris?
Oh, hello?
Yeah?
Oh, is this Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla?
Yeah, Chris, what's up?
What's up? I guess for some reason I don't like to jack off.
How dare you?
Oh, no.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So you got to kill yourself, right?
Oh, that's just weird.
Do you feel guilty or ashamed or something? Or?
Oh, no. I was saying I don't think it's normal.
You don't think it's normal?
No.
Well, it is.
It is?
Yeah.
Are you religious?
What? No.
No?
You just feel weird about it?
Yeah.
Do you feel weird about other things in life that are normal?
No.
Like breathing and
no.
cellular respiration and things like that?
No, that's not normal.
And have you masturbated a few times?
No.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
Well, how do you know?
What do you mean how I know? I just don't mess with it.
Do you have wet dreams?
Yeah.
Do you think that's weird?
Not really, no.
That's normal.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Well, Chris fine with himself.
All right.
Oh,
Jack Hoffman. All right, hey, Chris?
Yeah.
All right, it's going to be a very long and painful life if you stick with this attitude of yours. You realize that?
Oh, yeah, I know.
Okay, why don't you see what you can do? Do you have any... What's up with you? Do you have a strange nationality or something? What are you?
Bogus.
I'm white.
You're white? And are you angry or introverted?
No, I'm just high.
You're high? Okay.
I'm high.
Are you on medication?
No, weed.
Weed. And you ever have any girlfriends?
Yeah.
Are you supposed to be on medication?
Huh?
Are you supposed to be on medication?
No.
All right. And how are the girlfriends working out?
Working all right.
They're all right?
I thought he said no girlfriends.
I think he said you have 2 girlfriends?
Oh, no, one.
One. All right. Do you have sex?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Feels good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like that, except for without her. You understand?
Yeah.
Doesn't get better than that, does it, Adam?
All right, bud. What's the future plan for a young gent like yourself, Chris?
I'm going to go in self-employment.
Self-employment. All right. Well, let me close my eyes. I can picture that exactly.
No. Well, you know, independently wealthy, I think is what he means.
Right. Self-employment, like, what are you going to... I see you doing like a car detailing type thing, something where you don't work with people.
Well, isn't self-employment just like masturbation?
Yeah, it is a form. It's like, yeah, listen. Well, it's employing your hand and your penis. You two learn to work together. You guys collaborate on an orgasm.
Chris will have a long career in customer service.
I could see that. I could also see him working at an auction house.
Yes, an auctioneer.
Maybe Christie's or Sotheby's.
No, I think cattle.
Livestock.
Yeah, livestock.
Now you're getting me some of his pornography.
Oh, gosh. All right there, Chris.
Oh, man.
What business do you want to do?
Computers.
Oh, perfect.
There we go.
Perfect. All right, buddy.
All right, thanks.
Take care of yourself.
You too.
All right.
Bye.
Or don't take care of yourself.
Or whatever.
If it doesn't please you.
Listen, all you screwballs. I don't care what you do with your lives. I really don't. Just please stay out of my way. That's all I want. Trinity?
Yes.
You're 27?
Yes.
What's up?
I chase after guys, and then when I get them, it's like I lose interest.
Yeah, you don't like them. It's the Woody Allen Groucho Marx statement that I would never be a member of a club that would have me as a member. Right. And once they want you, they're no good anymore.
I don't know. I just...
Do you have troubles with intimacy?
No.
Yes. Well, how could you be intimate if after you pursue someone, you dump them?
Well, I don't always dump them right away. It's just...
Do you get them?
I get them, I'm with them for a while, and I get bored real easily.
Are they good guys, or are they just sort of wounded prey that's easy to catch up to?
Some are good guys.
Have you ever had one, see?
Some are assholes.
Yeah, and those guys I bet you don't lose interest in so fast.
No, sometimes I don't.
See.
Is your dad an a-hole?
Your dad's an a-hole, right?
I don't know my father.
No. How old were you when he left?
My parents got divorced when I was 2.
2. And have you ever known him?
I met him once when I was 12, and then again when I was 22.
And what kind of guy was he?
Seems like enough fathering.
Yeah.
I don't really talk to him.
And what kind of guy was he when you met him?
I mean, the last time I saw him, he said, we should start talking. I said yes, and...
When he left when you were 2, did your mom say why he left?
My mom said she filed for divorce because they argued and woke me up at night.
Okay, so you
growing up in that.
Where's my bourbon?
So you witnessed as a very impressionable central nervous system. Your central nervous system was just developing some abuse, and that was your imprint of male. And then on top of that, then he abandons. So there you go. That's what you're going to try to solve now in your adult life. Get an abusive, abandoning guy, and if they don't abandon, they're not that guy, and you're not interested in them. So you've got to have a guy that's truly not available. That's not a good situation, Trinity.
What should I do? Because, I have a 2-year-old boy now, and it's not just me anymore.
Yeah, but of course you've now given him the same father you had.
No, he still sees his father.
He does?
Yes, his father's still involved in his life. I really can't stand him. He really doesn't like me, but he is a part of his life.
How often?
Actually, we live in 2 different states. He lives in Nebraska.
Trinity, that is how you can consider that a father.
He's going to see him once at 12 and once at 22.
No, he's going to double down. He's going to see her 6, 12, 18, and 22.
Well, what I would suggest is see him twice at 12, and then you don't have to see him at 22, and then you see him later on when he's in the 60s.
It's truly sad and on some level insane, Trinity, that you would consider that a father, somebody who lives in another state.
Well, no, he sees...
That's it, no.
halfway, and he gets our son for the first week of every month.
All right.
Still...
It's better than what my father did.
Yeah, all right, marginally, but that's true. All right, well, look, this is how people work. You emulate what you had, and as much as you hated it, that's what you end up with.
Or you can change it.
The sad part about being human.
I want to change it.
Get a therapist. Get a psychotherapist.
Okay.
Could you do that?
All right. I've been in therapy before, but
how many years?
I think I saw her for maybe 9 months.
Okay, that wouldn't even get you started with what you're dealing with. You might want to.
I didn't even talk to mine for the first night.
You want to get a male therapist.
A male therapist?
Yeah, I was going to say that too.
Yeah, listen to your accent. A male therapist? Oh my God.
Yeah, because you gotta get over it with guys. You gotta learn to bond with a guy. So you need a guy therapist.
Well, I do friend-wise, but
No.
Not threatening.
relationship-wise.
Listen, Screwball. Get a guy therapist, would you please?
And get one who's
They're better anyway. Come on, you want some broad working on your head?
Get one who's recommended to you, not someone who you find that you like, because the one you like is going to be the one that could be abusive and could violate boundaries.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
All right.
All right, baby. Hey, good times, though, right?
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Bye.
All right. Yes. Oh yeah. We got to screw our kids up. That's why if I have kids, I'm not going to let myself be around them.
That's a good plan.
Yeah. I want you to raise my kids.
All right.
Can you do that?
Yeah.
All right. What do you, I'll send over like a big sack of trail mix or something.
Well, you get me what car I want.
Yeah, I'll take care of some
my
stuff.
Sugar daddy.
Yeah, be your sugar daddy. Rick?
Hi.
You're 20.
Yeah.
What's up?
A couple days ago, I was taking a leak, and like right whenever I finished, a little jizz came out afterwards, and it kind of just hung out like a loogie or something.
Nice.
Well, all you're saying is, wait a minute. You just said the mucus came out right at the end.
Well, I don't know. It looked like.
All right, could be a lot of things. Could be pus. Could be. I think you had new partners lately.
No, I have just one.
Is there you had any burning or anything when you pee?
No.
All right, but you be careful. It could be an inflammation there.
Well,
if it starts hurting or anything else, anything unusual.
If it's sperm, wouldn't it come out first? Wouldn't come out second, would it?
Well, there's the prostate. There's a whole bunch of lubricants and stuff the prostate will put out, and sometimes it can kind of loogie up. And not.
Why is it the lubricants that are produced by the body are so disgusting? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
the worst thing the body has to offer is the lubricating part of the body.
Sputum.
Sputum.
The worst, yeah.
Sputum's the worst. What do you use that sputum for? That's in your throat, right?
Your lungs.
You hack that up? The sputum and the jism and the all the ums are bad.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, Rick. So what should Rick do?
Do what?
What should you? What
if
should
you have
do?
any symptoms, if you have trouble peeing, burning when you pee, anything unusual, get seen. Otherwise, don't worry about this.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thanks.
All right. Yeah, good times. Let's talk to Juliana. Juliana.
It's Juliana, but yeah. Hey.
No, it's not, baby. Juliana.
All right.
Tonight it's Juliana. I don't go for any of that crap.
No, like the Juliana thing.
Don't care. Don't care. Don't care, all you screwballs with your fine pronunciations.
All right.
Taras and your Taras and your Andreas and your Andreas and your Andrea. No. It's one goddamn spelling, one goddamn name. That's my thing. When I'm in charge, that's the way it's going to be. You spell it different, it's a new name. It's not 5 pronunciations on the same name.
Is that when you were in the Cuban military thing?
Yes. When I get my group, my Banana Republic together. Let me tell you my plan. I don't want to spill too much because I know people are listening. I go to Cuba and I kiss up to Castro. I become his right-hand man. And then I put him into the ground. Okay, now after I put Castro into the ground, I'm hailed as a hero, not only by the Cuban people, but by the American people. So I start asking for support from the American government. They start sending over, ammunition, supplies, things like that, helicopters.
Advisors.
Helicopters.
No, I don't want any advisors. I got my own plan.
Just equipment.
Yes. Then I rally the country for a giant dirigible attack on Florida. They'll never expect it. I paint them up like weather balloons. I tell them it's part of an atmospheric experiment we're conducting in Cuba. And we take Florida. Now, Florida's got a lot of criminals in that country, a lot of folks, and I promise amnesty from all taxes.
For everyone.
No, for the Floridians. Because Florida is nothing but
criminals
convicts.
in particular.
Nothing but criminals and hillbillies and terrorists training to fly planes and stuff. That's all Florida has. And then I group those people. Those are fighters, those Floridans. They fight alligators and huge mosquitoes and giant roaches and stuff, and they're mean people. A lot of folks, a lot of deadbeat dads in Florida, for instance. And I get all those people together with my Cuban army, and then I take 20 years off and have them repopulate. Okay? And I create a super breed of Floridian criminals, and Cuban.
And don't you want to take
the worst the U.S. has to offer with the worst the international waters has to offer?
A bridge?
Super breed.
A bridge?
Not yet, my friend. My precious. Please, let me hatch my plan. Now we kill the girls. Okay, that's what I mean. I save some for me.
Yeah,
I save some for me.
Alpha
or me and my camp. You guys may be part of that. You may not.
And we hope we're invited.
We'll be on the protected list.
I raise a super group of criminals, okay? And then we start working on the rest of the country. And I say about, what are we in, 2002? By 228 is when I take over the entire country. And, of course, once I get that, then we roll over Canada and Mexico. We leave Mexico alone.
Do you really want
to get
Canada?
my shoes dirty? Yeah, we'll take Canada. We'll take Canada because I'm going to need to use Canada to get into Alaska because there may be some people hanging out there that I want to get to, too, and we're going to tap into that a while.
Let's save the baby!
All right, where was I?
Juliana.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, 14, what's up?
Oh, first of all, I just want to say, like you guys a lot. I listen to you every night, but yeah.
Thanks, baby.
But yeah.
All right, well, okay. Like, back when I was into my whole, pop music thing, I was at this NSYNC concert about, 2 years ago, and I just had to call in and, tell you guys this because we were on the whole thing. They closed down, a lot of the guys' bathrooms because a bunch of the 90% of the freaking population were, girls.
Right.
And I was in there, and I'd never, really been in a guy's bathroom before, and I couldn't find the sink, right?
The sink?
The sink, to wash my hands. Yeah, you wash your hands.
Guys' bathrooms don't have sinks.
Right. Wait. Okay, whatever.
Why would we need them? Yeah.
We don't wash our hands.
Guys just spit on their hands after, they use their pee. They use the pee. It's sterile, they just pee right on their hands.
Because it's a funny joke after.
But, so I couldn't find it. I was, looking around. People were, starting to think I was weird because I was just, walking around the bathroom. And so finally I find, this big, tub thing, and I just start washing my hands, And people are giving me these really weird looks. I'm like, what? And my friend's like, dude, that's a freaking urinal. And it was the most embarrassing thing I've, ever experienced in my whole life. I washed my hands in a freaking urinal.
Did you eat that mint in there, too? Or?
That wasn't soap.
You didn't take communion? I'm interested mostly in the part about your friend calling you dude.
Well, I don't know.
Do chicks call chicks dudes?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that works? That's how it goes?
That chicks that,
dude.
Wow.
The chicks that use the dude thing.
I don't know.
Just, like aloha.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Juliana. Yeah. All right, baby.
Bye.
Good times, but you're not into the Backstreet Boys anymore, right?
Ew, sick. No, I like emo and, punk and stuff.
And something corporate.
Yeah.
Thanks, Juliana.
Oh, yeah. We're resounding.
Sure, we like that band.
Vote of confidence. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Why are they there?
Yeah. Little Loveline reenactment there. I'm into emo and punk.
And something corporate, too, right?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, whatever.
Ryan?
Yeah.
You're 22?
Yeah.
What's up?
Well, I was wondering, there's this girl, right? She's 20 years old. I popped her cherry.
Right.
I'm just wondering if, from a girl's point of view, if that hurts.
Did she seem to be in pain?
Well, I don't know. She's moaning and stuff. I was just thinking it was a regular type of thing.
It's hard to tell because the ether was starting to wear off. So he hit her with the rag again, and then when people got the duct tape over their mouth, it's really hard to tell from their eyes if they're in pain or not. She could have been laughing.
She's I don't know, started bleeding and stuff, right?
Right.
So I'm thinking this is hurting her.
Well.
So,
Did you ask her?
Maybe you should have asked her.
How about asking, Brian?
I I don't know about that.
Why would that be such a problem?
I don't know. She'd
that's
be like
what you
mad at me or something.
for asking her, am I causing you pain?
I don't know, maybe.
That would be an appropriate thing.
How can you have sex with her and yet not ask her, like, the question?
Like the basic question involved in
He's a
this.
sensitive guy. It's no big deal.
Is this good? Is this bad?
He barely knows you. Well, are you going to see her again?
I don't know. I'm thinking about it, but I don't know if we should have sex because it might hurt her.
Hold on a second.
Oh, boy.
Listen, if you're a chick and Brian is thinking about seeing you again, he's toying with the notion, but he's not sure if he's going to give the honor of another effing. You're how fast would you kill yourself? Brian over here is thinking about it. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe I'll just let her blow me. I've been in a pretty good mood lately. Yeah, why not give her a break? Hey, Brian?
I actually had another question for you, too.
Yeah. Well, look, she would have told you if you were hurting her at the time, don't you think?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
What's your other question?
Okay.
Other question.
Other question. All right. Can you pop a girl's cherry with your fingers?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah. See, he didn't need the buck knife after all.
Not. I mean, you can loosen things up a little bit. That's.
Oh, really?
Well, what is there? As opposed to your penis? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Hey, it seems like you do more damage with your finger than you could with your penis, couldn't you?
Your penis is more steady outward pressure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Circumferential.
Circumferential?
In your case, it's linear only. I understand that.
He was the butler from Family Affair, wasn't he?
Circumferential? Mr. Circumferential.
Wait a minute. Wait a second. Am I right? When I think of breaking a cherry, I think of, you know when you open a thing of aspirin and it has a foil seal on the top and you try to push your thumb through it?
Yeah.
And then you get really pissed off and start ramming ballpoint pens and stuff into it.
So then you use your penis?
Then eventually I take my penis out and ram it into the aspirin jar. No, isn't that it? Isn't it straight in?
Yeah.
The cherry straight in?
Yeah.
So couldn't you get more piercing action with your finger than you could with your penis?
Again, it depends on your length of penis versus finger, I suppose.
Well, how far up is it in there?
It's not very far up.
Well, that's my point. I mean, I could get to it with my penis.
It's not just about piercing. It's also about, because the introitus kind of narrowed it. It's about opening that up a little bit. Here, give me that picture. There we go.
I don't know. It seems to me like it's like just breaking the seal, you know?
Remember the gynecologist that showed us the mouth?
I stopped listening to that guy. Start talking all that technical stuff about women parts. All right. Okay. Here's the picture.
We have an illustration here.
Right.
Oh man. This is.
Okay, Drew, with your pictures. I'm done with you on the radio. Drew uses more sight gags, and visual aids on the radio than anybody else. Laura?
Yeah.
You're 17?
Yeah.
What's up?
Okay, I've been with this guy for like 4 months, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And like, I don't know, he's like a virgin and I'm not. And I really want to have sex with him, but I don't want to like take advantage of him.
Oh, this poor guy.
Yeah.
I'm sure he will consider this.
I'm sure he's into it.
He won't do anything he doesn't want to do. You know what I'm
Because like,
saying?
he seems like so innocent, but that's not. Like, he has like that, side of him that's, oh yeah, I want to do it, whatever.
Well, it's up to him. He'll tell you whether he wants to stay a virgin or not. You're not.
Who cares? You
It's
just
every
do it.
17-year-old's dream.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's up to him.
All right.
You're not taking advantage of anybody unless you tying him down.
Does he know about your previous partners?
I've only had 2, so I mean, I never really like talked to him about it.
Good. Yeah, don't just make it seem like he's teaching you, but you do all the driving, right?
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
That's fine, and have him wear a condom or something.
All right.
Please.
Yeah, I will.
All right.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
And stand back, because he's going to blow. He's going off. That first one's huge. Boy, Drew, you remember your first one? No. Didn't? Ruined the ceiling fan. Knocked it right off its mount. 200-pound ceiling fan. It was lag bolted into a ceiling joist. 3-inch lag bolts came flying right off. Flew right out the window, killed my stepmom. Yeah, it's a crazy story. All right, Something Corporate is here. We're going to take ourselves a little break. We're going to hear something else from them. We're going to take more calls, all that, after this. Hey, everybody. This is my theme song. Something Corporate is our guest tonight. Andrew, Josh, and Clutch are in here.
What's up?
Brian and William have taken a little powder and we're doing a little rotation, which we're apt to do here on the show, and we have a band with more than like 1.5 guys in it. I think what we should do is we'll take one call and hear a song from Something Corporate.
Yep.
All right. Matt?
Hey.
16?
Yeah, what's up?
What's up, buddy?
First I gotta say, I got some Peeps the other day, and I looked on the back, and there was a number to call to join like the Peeps fan club.
Peeps, the marshmallow treat?
Yes.
Yeah. Did you join the Peeps Army?
Well, I didn't call, but I saved the wrapper, but I don't know where it is.
You're gay.
Number.
All right.
Pick up any Peeps box, and they got a number right in the back.
All right. Well, yeah, I'm going to join up.
Wait, were they the yellow Peeps or the pink ones?
I got the blue ones, actually.
Oh, the blue ones.
Ah.
Mixing it up, huh?
Yeah, well done.
Well, he's a dude. He's not going to eat the pink one.
I know, seriously.
All right, Matt. What's up?
Okay, I got this girlfriend that just broke up with me the other day,
Mm-hmm.
and her best friend wants to go out with me.
All right.
Do it. For sure.
For sure, do it.
Get her back, man. Get her back.
Do it, man.
Well, I suppose it's not up to him when the girlfriend's friend comes along. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and he got dumped.
You're 16, Matt?
Yeah.
Do it.
Are you into her?
Well, she's kind of big.
I'll take it.
Oh, do it, dude.
For sure.
Yeah, but
Is she worse than the friend?
Well, the problem is that she's got an anus the size of a mason jar.
Oh, wow. Wow.
That's good, man. Good times, buddy. Yeah.
It's too bad, man.
I'm laughing, but it's a laugh of impatience.
Drew, you didn't catch on to that earlier
Well,
on.
it's not one of our usual mason jar guys.
All right.
Mason jar minion.
I don't mind a bogus call on this show.
I think that guy's been on hold for like an hour and a half.
57 minutes.
Yeah,
Wow.
he's dedicated.
Way to go, Matt.
Good job, Matt.
Right.
I wish I had his perseverance. I do that every night.
He'll go far in life.
Feel free.
I think he's ambitious.
Yeah, I think you should give him that, because any guy who'd stay on hold for an hour to lay out, he doesn't have a problem, obviously. It was manufactured. I think that's the kind of young leadership this country is in dire need of.
I think
when I get my Cuban army, we're going to need smart asses.
Hey, do you guys have his number? I think you might want to keep that one around.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, there will be a heavy recruiting process going on.
You could be captaining one of the dirigibles and tossing Peeps off.
I would bring him in as a general from the beginning.
All right, we are going to hear something from Something Corporate, I think is the plan. And this one is called Punk Rock Princess. Something Corporate, everybody. Going to be on the Warp Tour. Are you guys doing the whole Warp?
Yeah, we're gonna play the whole deal.
Who else? So the Bosstones are doing it. You're doing it.
I think there's Newfound Glory, Real Big Fish are doing it.
Foo Fighters are doing 2 weeks. I'm looking forward to that very.
Yeah, that'll be great.
Oh, they're so good live, them Foo Fighters.
Are they?
I cannot wait.
Have you seen the Foo Fighters?
No. I saw the stuff at the Olympics and stuff like that, but I haven't actually gone to a show.
Thing about the Foo Fighters is they're like a little deceptive, because they seem like sort of almost like a little bit of a novelty band when you see their videos and stuff, because everyone's such a jack off and a joker in the band, and they're crazy, and then when you hear them on you hear their CDs and stuff, they sound like they go pretty good, but when you see them live, you walk away and you go, wow. These guys are really
pretty
good.
Intense too, isn't he?
Yes, but the whole band is very intense, and they rock very hard. So you'll enjoy that. Bosstones will be great. That'll be a great experience.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
And you get all those good bands who hop on and hop off the tour, and you get to. By the time the summer's over, you've been everywhere and seen every act.
And just about every band.
Speaking of summer, on the line.
Yeah.
Oh, good segue.
Oh,
I'm impressed.
Smooth. Very smooth, Drew.
Decent.
Is this Summer?
This is Summer.
Miss Altiz.
Summer.
Hi, guys.
How you doing?
Summer's 22. Summer's a playmate?
Yeah, I was a playmate. I'm in their video. I'm the hot chick with the Shermanator.
That you are, Summer.
Yeah. and is the video finished?
Yeah, we just finished it.
When does it go into rotation?
Well, I think that's up to MTV to decide.
Yeah. But it'll be available soon?
Yeah, I think
the 11th, I believe it's when it's
sent over there or whatnot.
How's the video look, Summer? Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it, but it was a great video to shoot, so.
And what are you doing in it?
I am the kind of like, I guess you say, remember Liv Tyler in the Crazy video. I've got a little Catholic schoolgirl outfit on.
It's really not a bad thing at all.
Pushed up, everything else. And I'm dating the quote-unquote Jordan character.
And are you, do you enjoy being hot? I mean, it must be nice.
It has its ups and downs. I will say that.
I know, but let me ask you something. You hot chicks have to sort of go through life pretending like you don't know you're hot, but you know you're hot, right?
I have a certain look that people are attracted to.
All right, that's enough.
She knows she's not.
Hold on.
Pretty sure she knows.
I like when people break that down. You're rich, are you not? There's a currency that we use. It's called money. I've accumulated a vast abundance of what we call currency, so that I can in turn purchase.
If you're measuring it in wealth or real estate, it's all liquid.
Summer has that certain look. That look.
She has that certain.
We're here.
Certain je ne sais
Yeah, I had
jugs.
to break it down in the non-egotistical terms.
Well, look, it's all right to know. I know I'm hot. I mean, it's cool.
So fine.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You've seen me. I mean, let's not pretend.
I can lick you to death.
Oh, you can do what with your tongue? You can lick me?
I would take her up on that offer. We hung out with her for a week, and I think you should definitely take her up on that offer.
Summer, do you know where the studio is?
I do. I've been there. I was on the morning show a bit ago.
No, we're in a different site. We're not.
I know you guys get to bring the dirty stuff.
Summer. We're in Culver City. We're not in Burbank.
No, they weren't in Burbank either. They probably moved.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They were in Los Angeles.
Drew, hold on a second. Let me yell at Drew. Drew, how do you ever get tired of doing bad radio? We're in 85 markets. We're talking about Los Angeles. She went down the street.
Yeah, she made a reference. Let's clarify it.
I know, but no one cares. Let them think this is where we're doing the show. You got to start bringing up Burbank. Then it gets confusing. Hey, Summer.
Yeah, I'm here, but I'm bringing Orange County into Culver City, which I'm definitely feeling because that's where I'm from.
All right. Well, this is Adam, the lickable one.
I love that.
Yeah.
I've seen you at the mansion a couple of times.
Oh, really? The Playboy Mansion?
Hey, Summer, can you get us in?
Yeah,
we want to hang out there.
Yeah, there's a problem. You haven't seen us at the Playboy Mansion.
Yeah, we need to see a little bit more of something corporate at the Playboy Mansion, I think.
I think you do. They've got this thing called Sex and Rock and Roll, which
beautiful.
Called it.
Part of Playboy, which you get a bunch of playmates to go hang out and do something like play miniature golf all day and then have a party at the mansion. So I'll put a good word in.
That would be really good.
Golf. And Summer, what does your life consist of now? I mean, go on auditions and do this and videos and stuff?
Well, I just finished The Scorpion King.
Oh, really?
With The Rock, yeah. Right. So I've been promoting the crap out of that the last month and got another month to go before the premiere. So that's kind of been my life for the last year, filming that for 4 months and then all the, after parts.
What part do you play?
I'm Kai. I'm the lieutenant of the Warrior Women, so I'm a fighting warrior.
She should be Summer. I assume that you do a very good job in that role.
Yeah, and it doesn't hurt that all the Warrior Women are wearing about loincloths and like a wrap around.
Bouncy.
No, that doesn't hurt at all.
It's great. All those 11-year-old boys at that show just going insane. All right, there. Hey, Summer.
Yeah.
You come in and see us sometime, huh?
I will. You guys take good care of those boys. They're sweet kids.
Yeah.
Adam needs a good looking, he says.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? I got a lot of cute friends.
Are you single?
I am single.
Do they make you say that when you're a playmate? Or
No, because first time I've been single for this long, and it's kind of gets fun.
Right. Yeah. You're sowing your oats now, huh?
But but you're still lickable.
Yeah. All right.
Ooh, it's diabolical.
That's right.
Man.
She'd get a fur ball the size of Montana if she licked me. Imagine her. It's like fast forward to like 4:30 in the morning. I hear I roll over. Summer, I'm in bed. Where are you? And I hear
she's throwing up.
She's hawking up a fur ball.
Like my cat used to do that.
If that's the the only thing she came across as fur. It might be some, dead troll or something.
You have like a dingleberry ball.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
All right. Something corporate is here.
She could come across in there.
Probably find like my diploma from high school. Somewhere
those
on
library books that you meant to turn in.
Yeah, trying to get my diploma. All right, we're going to take a little break, and some corporates here. That was Summer, who was the lead in the video, so you get to see her, hopefully, when it comes on MTV in a couple of weeks. And we'll take a little break, and we'll be right back. Hey, everybody, Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Drew. Something Corporate is our guest tonight.
What's going on?
Andrew, Josh, and Clutch are all in here. And let's hop back to them phones, and let's see if we get... Chicken, yeah, bucket, chicken, bucket, chicken. You want to? Bucket, bucket. You want it? Chicken, bucket. Doe?
That's me.
You're 21?
Yeah.
Hey, Doe, what's up?
What's going on?
How you doing, Doe?
Big fan of the show.
Great.
Adam, Dr. Drew, Jesus. Listen to you guys every night.
Thanks.
Adam, Drew, and Jesus?
Thank you.
Oh.
What's up?
You guys keep good company.
And Adam,
yeah.
I have two questions for you. First question is beating off like 8 times a day dangerous?
You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
It is. It's a little light. I'd like to see up around 10 or 12.
I don't think you have any problems, man.
You could extrude your soul.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the second question is every time I get the opportunity to get laid, I buckle every time.
You're empty.
There's no motivation.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
What would be the point?
Refuel the...
Yeah,
I just want to call this
8 minutes ago. I mean,
I think you need like foresight on that, like a couple days in advance, so you can practice for the big game.
Yeah, I've had a lot of practice. I think a little bit too much. It's just that.
You need a girlfriend. You need a relationship.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so then you won't chicken out, and you'll kind of work out your anxiety about this, and you won't be so busily spending time with yourself.
It's important to sort of lube the gears, but you don't want to wear them out. You don't want to shear the teeth off of it. That's what's happened to
Is there
you.
chafing associated with that?
Yeah, how about it? Are you a dry run man or are you a lube man there, Doe?
Hey, whatever's on hand,
Literally. Wear the skin right off.
Kind of guy who's at work and goes into the bathroom. Is that your thing?
Do you have any sexual traumas when you were growing up? Is that kind of why you're...
No.
Nothing? You sure?
That's the problem.
Well, listen.
You need some sexual trauma.
Wasn't that lucky to have a priest molest him? Hey, Doe, why don't you take a couple days off and see if you can't find the eye of the tiger? I bet you do. All right there, buddy? Yeah. No, it is true. You do have to have a certain amount of motivation. I mean, you're not going to eat if you're not hungry. You know what I mean? You need to have that. I don't know. It's a very fine line. I walk it myself on a daily basis. Kurt?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. You're 22. What's up?
Yeah, so me and my friends were hanging out, drinking, having a good time, and we're talking about making some pot brownies, because I just made some brownies that day. And, we don't really know how. And then another friend brings up this thing called Marinol, saying that it's basically a synthetic form of marijuana in pill form. But, it doesn't have the side effects as, sleepiness. And I was just wondering if they're just blowing smoke at me or whatnot.
No, this is the prescription form of marijuana in a pill for nausea and side effects from chemo medicine.
Now, what do you get off of that?
Not much. And that's how you know that marijuana addicts really aren't interested in the symptoms, the medicinal symptoms, because you offer the Marinol to take care of their nausea, they're not interested, because it doesn't make them as high as the multiple isomers in marijuana smoke.
Does it make you high to some degree?
Some people describe a little bit, but really, it's probably some other isomer. I've always said if we could find a way to find the one isomer of marijuana that really causes the high. There's like many different ones in the smoke.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I never knew that. I thought it was just the THC.
But there's multiple different versions of it.
So you need kind of the combination of them.
Or maybe one that we haven't specifically isolated that actually causes the highness.
Well, why don't they? Isolate that one.
They've isolated the one.
Exactly.
They've isolated the one that helps the nausea, which is really what everyone's arguing for. And they're like, they're not so interested in that now, because I've offered that. People that come to me, I want prescription marijuana. I want to, you can do that in California. Now, well, here's Marinol. No.
Yeah, you can't.
So I guess the question is, does it make for good brownies?
Yeah. No. Doesn't make you high. Doesn't make you as high. Although some people do prescribe some high.
So you're saying that if you smoke pot and you're high and you're hungry and so on, you're a few different things. Those are all different components. It's not subcomponents of one thing.
Right.
It's like different components, different aspects of the chemicals that are in it.
Yes.
No, that's why I stick with the weed. I don't go for the pills, man.
No, Marinol. You're high thinking about all those different chemicals.
Yeah. Something to think about next time you get high. Catherine?
Hello?
You're 13?
Yeah.
What's up?
Okay. Well, my question is, first of all, I masturbate, a lot, when I wake up in the morning and before I go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
And, sometimes, occasionally in between those two times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's all the time. I mean, if you break down when you go to bed and when you wake up.
I bleed.
Oh. Right?
What is that?
Yeah. What's going on in the background there, Catherine?
TV.
Catherine? Is she there?
Catherine?
Hello?
All right. Sexual activity can stimulate bleeding sometimes.
Catherine.
Yeah?
Is the TV going on back there?
Yeah.
Could you turn that down, goofball?
Sorry.
All right. Well, listen, I'm putting her on hold.
All right, just suffice it to say that sexual activity can stimulate bleeding in some women.
Why?
Because it just does.
But when you're aroused, does blood go to that area?
Yeah.
And that's what causes it?
Yeah, maybe.
All right.
Does her being 13 have anything to do with it?
No. I don't think so.
How about her being 13 and going at herself quite a bit?
Yeah.
Is that a little something up?
We can get into it, but we don't have time.
I'll be fast. Hey, Catherine?
Yeah?
Hey, you okay? Anyone molest you?
No.
Oh, Adam, anybody molest you?
No.
Did something happen to you, Catherine?
Something happened. What happened?
I don't know.
No, seriously. What happened? Who did this to you? Yeah? Dad? Stepdad?
No.
Neighbor?
No.
Brother?
No.
Cousin?
No.
Sparklets guy?
Huh?
UPS guy?
Sam? John?
Yeah,
Stu?
Keep going through names.
Stephen?
What happened to you, Catherine? Yeah?
Well, I don't...
Who got hold of you? Who?
I don't know.
Was it a guy? Was it an older guy, or was it a guy your age?
Older guy.
And how old were you?
12.
12? So this just happened? A year ago?
Yeah.
And who was it? Stepdad?
No.
Just some guy.
Some guy?
Yeah.
How old was the guy?
19.
16.
16.
Yeah.
Okay, and nothing happened before that, huh?
Not that I know of.
How about physical abuse before that?
My dad's an alcoholic.
Did he ever hit you? Yeah.
A couple times.
Yeah.
All right, we'll just go with yes for every question we ask. All right, hey, so, Catherine, you got to take care of this, right? You got to get a little counseling and take care of yourself?
Yes.
Right?
Some of this, you're getting a lot of release of these feelings through sexual release of sexual means.
All right, Drew, you've clearly run out of steam.
Yes.
But I'll continue the show.
Thank you.
In your absence. Catherine.
Yeah?
Yeah, talk to somebody about this, okay? Get some counseling and some help. It's going to screw you up later on in life, make you confused. It's okay. It happens to a lot of people. It's all right, but you got to kind of work on it a little bit.
Okay.
All right, baby?
Thank you.
All right, take care of yourself, right?
Okay.
All right.
Good
All right.
sound.
Good times.
Wow.
All right, something corporate. I'll tell you what, man, this is a hot band, everybody. Hot. We'll take a little break. We'll be right back. Yep. That's it. I want to thank Something Corporate for coming in here.
Thank you, guys.
And,
Thanks a lot.
Making a very fun show. I do appreciate you guys.
We had a good
coming
time.
in.
We're glad we made it out.
Absolutely.
Audio Boxers, the name of the EP, and a full-length CD will be out hopefully sometime in May, and you can find these guys on the Warped Tour.
Yep.
and they will be doing the whole Warped Tour, so you will not miss them. They will come to a town near you. Thanks, guys. Come back after the Warped Tour and the CD's out and all that stuff. For sure. We appreciate it. So until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo. Kiss my grits, Mel. Woo, doggy.
This has been Loveline. The opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily those of the staff, management, sponsors, or this station. The producer for Loveline is Ann Wilkins Ingle. Loveline is a presentation of Westwood One Entertainment.